Why, hello everybody, it's Joycelina and we are back here on the FrilCraft server. And in the last actual work episode, the terraforming episode, we did some terraforming around here, mostly over here and right behind me and way back over there. And we did this little river area that you can see starting. And one of the things I talked about was that I kind of wanted the river to fall back and go down in that direction right behind me into the swamp area, but that it would also have this little river here would flow and then they would meet up and go this way. Well, I can't have a river, here I'm going to face it, I can't have the river going this way and going this way. That's not how rivers work unless there's some body of water here that will then feed into that tributary. So that's kind of where things are going to be running off, and this would be kind of a pool of water that would then have some of it trickling off that way and some of it trickling off that way, forming our rivers. So that's what I'm going to work on today, is kind of figuring out how big I want that body of water to be, whether I want it to be maybe a spring that's coming out and down this hill. So that's what I'm going to work on at the beginning of this, and then hopefully we'll get some of the water in and start really digging and terraforming and creating the actual river area. So that is my goal for today. Let's see how much of it we actually get done, and if I get plenty of that done, the next thing I want to do is start laying out where my farms are going to be, so that we can get the sheep and the chickens off of the rooftop there, or the mountaintop there, and bring them on down. So that's kind of the work for today, and so off I will get to it. Okay, as I'm searching around the area, I'm actually just came up the hill here, so that's where I was pillared up, and I came up here to see, okay, what can we do? And then I found this just natural area that's indented, and I think, that would be perfect. So as it's raining, water would run down. So what I can do is extend this to go all the way around, that this becomes kind of a natural pond, that then the water would probably seep through some area through here, and we'll cut this down a little bit, maybe right about here, where it will run into this area and slowly work its way down into a pool that's not going to be too big, but probably most of this brick area will be where that lake area will be. So that is the thing to work on, and I think that I love when you can use the natural terrain and say, okay, this is kind of how that would work. The water would, as it was raining, it would pool in that area, and eventually it would come running down and come both ways, get in this pool and then go both ways throughout the river. So that I think is the plan, and I'm very glad to have found that. Well, looky what we have here. I came through my nether portal and I saw this. Here are some diamonds for you for your help, Skippy. 32 diamonds. Thank you, Skippy. Well, yes, we had quite a bit of fun, and that's actually good because I lost my sword and all of my other gear. Yeah, well, I do have my chest plate, but all the rest of it. So, that's fantastic, because I'm just sitting here going, I have no sword. There were tons of Endermen all along all this flat area, and I had nothing to kill them with, so I had to be very, very careful. So I'm going to have to head over to Rosie's and get me some experience. What do I have here? So this is a Silk Touch Mending. When did I get that? Oh. This is efficiency 4. This is efficiency 4. I can make an efficiency 5 one for us, Ty. Look, Ty, I can make us an efficiency 5 shovel, which is actually, sometimes it's actually bad to go that fast, but I'm going to need it. Here, can we do it? How much do I need? There, 20. It's going to cost me 20. Any better here? Nope, 20. Okay, so I'm going to head over to Rosie's, get me some XP, and do some combining and some repairing and stuff like that. And enchanting. Oh yes. Ooh, I want to take some stuff for some enchanting. Does she have an enchanting table over there? I don't know if she does. Well, we'll find out. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I wanted to give a view from what was going on up here. And so you can probably see just a little bit. This is an area I'm of where the water is going to come down, I need to get some gravel and make some coarse dirt along here. But the water area is up there, and so we're going to have a waterfall down here, and there's going to be a nice little pond there, and then the water is going to flow out each way. As well, I blocked up this waterfall. I don't know if you can see from here. Probably not. We'll go down there. But I blocked off that waterfall so I could actually get some work done without the water coming all over the place. But it does flow really nicely because there's some stuff that I needed to do, and I'll show you here. If you look, when I made this pond, I just filled it in. And it used to be that after a while, the grass would turn to dirt, but that was a long time ago. So the grass doesn't turn to dirt if it stays underwater. And it doesn't make sense that it's going to be just grass under your water. And so here I blocked this up. So one of the things I wanted to do was to go through and take out all of the grass and put in coarse dirt or leave the stone showing. So there's dirt here, but on top is going to be coarse dirt. So every single place there was a grass block, I took out the grass block and I put in coarse dirt. And I have run out of gravel, so I need to go mining some gravel. But you can see all the way through here, I got until about here, where we're filling in and we're going to hide. So it's not going to be water over grass, it's going to be water over the coarse dirt. And I think that will look a lot better. But that's taken me a little bit of time. But now we'll get a close-up. I did need to get more coarse dirt because I started doing that when I was doing the riverbed, but I definitely need to do it through here because, yeah, this doesn't need to be grass. It needs to be dirt or sand or something. So that's kind of what I've done is I put the coarse dirt down through here, and this will be a nice pool area. I went through, you probably may not have noticed, but I took out all of the stone that was showing after I did my terraforming, and I've put in the grass blocks. So that was a bit of work as well. And so that's where we're at with that. I think I'm going to leave some of the stone here just so I don't know how much of it you'll be able to see through the water. But if anything's down there, I think it looks nice to have that variation. And I haven't had a chance to do this because if you look on my board, I consider terraforming over by the swamp and towards the swamp a separate thing. So like I have terraform below the house and then terraform towards the swamp. So that's terraforming towards the swamp, and that's going to be a little bit before we get to that. Yeah, so I'm not even sure when we're going to get to the actual manor because we're trying to get everything done here so that I can move the animals, get them out of here, and move them down here. So that's going to be what I'm going to work on. Well, first I'm going to fill in the water. So I'm going to try to get as much of the grass turned probably till about here. And then I'm going to block this off so that the water doesn't run all the way down. Or at some point I'll block it off. I may just put it in just so I see what it looks like. But yeah, I'm going to put the water in so that we get the water part done. But I got to get the rest of my gravel. So I got to go mining for gravel, and I will be back in a bit. Okay, so I've been filling in the pond up at the top of this area with water. So putting all the source blocks in, hopefully in a way that's going to have it. Where am I missing here? Oh, right here. I'm like, I'm missing something. So trying to fill it in so that the water will begin to flow. I need one there. There we go. I need one over here. And hopefully it will start flowing down. That's the goal at least. So I put one there and there it goes. So now it's going to cascade down. Might need to add some source blocks as we go. Let's get a couple of buckets and see. Let's put some right through here so that it comes all the way across. Definitely want something here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. There we go. No, that's not where I wanted you. Get back here. I wanted you right here. There. Okay, so that should be able to see where it's going to roll down. And we have more water buckets here for the filling up so that as we go along, we can add some source blocks. Put one right there. So it will cascade down even further, one way over here, so that we get that effect. A couple more. So yeah, just kind of controlling the water, seeing where it goes and what it's going to do. Another one right about here, because I want it to kind of widen out. I'm going to need, actually, that probably means you need to go away. There we go. No? Okay, well, we'll put a source block there. That's what we'll do. So just going through and making sure that the waterfall falls in a way that looks nice, hits all the places I was hoping it to hit. And then we'll start filling in. Whoops, where'd it go? Where's that spot we wanted? Right there. Yeah. And probably one right about there. I'm gonna want another one. I'm gonna want another one. So I'm trying to cover all of the coarse dirt with water, and that's kind of how I know that I'm hitting the line that I want. So we come over here. I think this is the last spot. We'll put one there so it cascades down, and then we'll start filling in along this area. And this is where the pond is going to be. I won't make you sit through all of it, especially as night is falling. But now we can take a look. Let's come up. Whoops. Can I actually jump on it? There we go. Whoa, whoa, oh, the lag, oh, the lag. So there we go. It's going to come down, and then it'll have this nice pool here. So yeah, then now I've got a lot of placing of water. So I already got an accomplishment. Where was it? Yeah, new achievement, Fireman, 15 buckets filled with water. Boy, I'm going to have a lot more than that by the time we're done here. But yeah, so I'm very pleased. I think it's going to look really nice, and it's a nice pop. That blue color is looking great, and it's going to be nice to be able to look across and see the blue throughout the whole system. Okay, so with that, I will be back once we've got all the water in. You know, as I sit here and go through the tedium of filling up the water in the river, I thought one of the things I would do is come and share with you exactly what the process is in case you haven't done something like this before. The best thing, if you've got more than one layer of water that you're doing, you really do need to start at the very bottom. Otherwise, you're going to really run into problems and find source blocks that don't create themselves, and then your water's not running the way you'd like it to. So it's really a matter of just finding like in the corners for the most part, and it will go along a pretty long way and it'll fill in. But it's really about doing it layer by layer, and rather than trying to do an area at a time, you really need to just make sure that you get those source blocks in the bottom layer first, then go on to your next layer. So that's kind of what I've been doing, and I made a really long river system, let me tell you. Because this has taken me quite a while to fill all this in, and this is all I'm doing is going along the bottom of my rivers. I did the other side of the pond already. In fact, let me go ahead and show you. With the two areas of the pond, I thought I would do them differently. So you can see here I'm just now starting on this area. That's the lowest point, and then we'll be coming up. Oh, hello. Hello, creeper. Somebody else slept through the night, so I was out in the fields, and man, things spawn around here. Oops, that was like nowhere near. Can I hit you? There we go. One more time. For good measure. Thank you. Yeah, so I've already done this side, and you can see it's a nice quiet river now. I could have gone through, and I could maybe go through and try to undo some of the source blocks, but I like it just the way it is. I think I'm doing it more for looks than... Hello, another creeper. Get out of here. Where... I'm like, I know I hit it. Okay, there we go. And it died. Yeah, so when it gets to the point where it's going down, you can hear the running water sound. I lied. Oh, there it is. Yes, very quietly as it comes down. And I might add a few blocks here just to kind of rough it up a little bit. I think this one looks a little bit better. The way it comes down. It comes down a couple of layers, and it looks nice as it goes on. There's a few grass blocks around here I'm going to have to switch out eventually. I think it was dirt and I didn't realize it. Yeah, and I haven't finished all the way through because that's just I'm not there yet. We have to redo all of this, and I don't know how much of this is going to end up being mountain. How much I might be extending the size of the mountaintop that my manor is going to be sitting on. So without knowing that, I didn't want to do any more work there. So anyway, I just wanted to show you what I was doing with getting the water in place for the river. And, you know, I've extended it all the way out to the ocean area, way back this way. So you can see it stretches on till right about there. So it comes along here. And this is what I am working on. So I will be back in a bit. Okay, well, all the water is in. So we have our waterfall coming down from the pond up there, hitting this big pond area over here, and flowing down towards the swamp area there, and then off over this way where it meets up with this waterfall area that comes flowing down, and that all goes off to the ocean. And I put in a little bit of area. So this isn't all the landscaping that's going to happen, but I did put in some coarse dirt in certain areas, certain patches, so that it's not perfectly grass, because it just didn't look right when it was all just pristine grass. But ultimately, we'll determine where we want our sheep. We're going to have some type of bridge across these areas so that we can reach those. So I can see 3 different bridges that we'll need at least. That we're going to go ahead and I'll have to figure out what I want it to look like. But where we want the sheep, where we want the cows to probably have a much bigger space than their pen right there. So we'll probably have a large area with just allowing them to graze, but it will be fenced or some type of wall, maybe a cobblestone wall or something to that effect. So we'll probably use some gates, fences, cobblestone walls, blocks, and such for the gate areas. I'm assuming I'm probably going to do my sheep around here. My cow are probably going to be in this area, I would assume, and then a smaller area for the chickens over in this area through here. And then I want a lot of this to be wheat. So I'll have my cows over here, the wheat field extending some, probably extending in this area. That's what I'm thinking, up until maybe up until the riverway with some paths. So I have some paths going through my wheat already. So we'll probably just extend those as well. But that is going to take a little bit more work than I'm going to be able to finish in any short amount of time. So I guess I should just get to trying to figure out the pens for the animals. So I'll be back in a bit. Well, I lied. I'm actually going to wrap it up right here. So I'm sorry that this is a little bit of a shorter episode. A lot of work did go into getting all of that river done, and I'm so excited about it. I think it looks better than I had even hoped. So I hope you enjoyed. And with that, I will see you next time.